Why are these cards so popular over 40 years after they debuted? These are the Star Wars Topps cards made from 1977 to 1983. And in this video, we're going to go over the complete history of them and how it all began. If you're a card collector of any kind, this video is for you. So let's go. The Topps Company, the makers of the Star Wars trading cards, traces its roots all the way back to 1890, when it was owned by the Solomon family and called the America Leaf Tobacco Company, which imported tobacco from Europe into the USA. Then, in 1908, Morris C. Shorin bought the company, and in 1938, the company was restructured and renamed Topps Chewing Gum Incorporated, with an ambition to produce the best chewing gum in the world, even adding an extra P in Topps to set them apart.
A date which will live in infamy.
During World War II, with sugar being heavily rationed and pretty much not available, Topps stayed alive by buying smaller candy companies, closing them down, and using their sugar rations to keep the Topps Company alive. The company was officially incorporated in 1947, and that same year they launched Bazooka Bubblegum. And this was the first time we would see the Bazooka Joe comics in the gum packs. Named after co-founder Joseph E. Shorin, in the 1950s, Topps would introduce its first card called Magic Photos, a series of 252 cards with different subjects, including 19 baseball star greats. In 1947, their main competitor, Bowman Gum Company, began making pro baseball and pro football full card sets. And Topps, not wanting to fall behind, gathered the rights to also make full sets, upping the ante by making their own version of a card game that you can play by collecting the full set of 104 cards. Topps officially entered the baseball card market in 1951. This era has given us some of the most coveted baseball cards of all time, including the 1952 Mickey Mantle rookie card. In 1956, Topps bought Bowman, making Topps the top card company until 1980 due to Topps losing lawsuits by other companies which banned the practice of sports players being able to sign exclusive contracts with any card company. And that time period also brings us to one of Topps' most famous card lines, Star Wars. But the main thing is that Topps almost never made the Star Wars cards. In fact, it was its competitor, the Don Russ Company, that had the rights to produce the Star Wars trading cards due to its being owned by Kenner, the company who originally had the license to produce the toys and other merchandise. But Don Russ passed on this opportunity. This was because when Star Wars was first being shopped around to merchandise companies, sci-fi films were never profitable and seen as a risk compared to sports cards, with most sci-fi films only being popular for a few months then passing into oblivion, as there was no home movie market set up for the mid-70s, and Star Wars wouldn't be on TV week after week. As an example, the Star Trek Topps card series, although bought by hardcore fans, was a huge failure due to them not selling with kids and the general public, even though that show was on week after week on television. With this information, the Topps executives were against gambling on another film franchise in Star Wars. But Gary Giovanni and Len Brown, two creatives working at Topps, were able to convince the Topps president, Arthur Shorin, to take a chance. Originally, Shorin said no, but Giovanni and Brown were persistent and finally convinced the Topps executives to sign the license agreement. And with Don Russ passing and no other card companies in the running, Topps acquired the Star Wars license, and the rest is history. Topps did have their uphill battles in producing the cards. First, doing a pre-marketing campaign to get stores to sell these cards without having a clue what Star Wars was. And those stores to have the dumb luck to buy pre-orders and sign distribution deals made out like bandits. When the movie came out, the cards sold like hotcakes. This was mainly due to kids wanting to relive scenes from the movies anytime they wanted. When Star Wars first came out, the toys weren't readily available, and even when the toys did hit the shelves, they were too expensive for kids to buy on their own. But they could afford the 15 cents to buy a pack of cards. Another help to the sale of the cards from 1977 to 1983 was the almost non-existence of the home movie market. The first VHS playback machine was released in 1978 with a steep price of $1,200 on average, which in today's prices would be $5,600. The average household was not spending their hard-earned money on that, especially during the energy crisis and the US economy in bad shape. Nowadays, you can't even give a VHS machine away for free. So, all that working in Top's favor and Star Wars being the biggest movie on the planet only boosted the card's popularity, not only among kids, but adult trading card collectors as well. And there were plenty of them. You could buy the cards at a retail store in a wax pack with printed art on them with 8 cards inside, a sticker card, and a stick of flat chalky gum. And for those of you who remember opening those, there is a distinctive nostalgic smell. The first Topps card set was released in 1977, the famous Blue Starfield set, with the first 8 cards of the main core characters being considered the rookie cards. The first set consisted of 66 cards and 11 stickers and was priced at 15 cents a pack and $5.40 for a box. If I only had a time machine. With some of the card backs being pieces to puzzles, while others contain movie factoids, actor profiles, story summaries, trivia, production info, and official descriptions. 4 more sets were made through 1977 to 1978 for the first Star Wars movie. The second was the Red Series 2 set, having 66 cards and 11 stickers, and other than the solid red border, this continued to have puzzle backgrounds and story summaries on the back of the cards, with the stickers being that same design as Series 1. Next came the Yellow Series 3 set, with 66 cards and 11 stickers, and continued the same structure as the first 2 sets, both with puzzle backs and 22 descriptions. And the back of the cards became somewhat of a lore encyclopedia for his fans. The biggest change came in the stickers, which now resembled a film strip. Next was the Green Series 4 set, having 66 cards, 11 stickers, and one of the most famous trading card variants, nicknamed Goldenrod, where 3PO looked like he had a phallic object in the crotch area. No one knows the exact story of how this card got into final production packs, but this was quickly fixed for the second half of the production run. The uncorrected card goes for high dollar amounts in gem mint states. Another difference to the green set was the use of promotional photos instead of movie scenes, and the stickers now had a red film strip border instead of a black one. Now, towards the end of 1977, there was also the Wonder Bread set of Star Wars cards. They aren't Topps cards, but this 16-card set has become a staple in Star Wars card collecting sets. The fronts have a black border with the logo running up the side and a yellow nameplate. The backs have a plain description. Only one card came with each loaf of bread, and even though the bread wouldn't have lasted, today the bread bags that had the promotion on it are collector's items. You could have even mailed for the complete set with a special container box. This set in pristine state goes for high dollar amounts today. But going back to the Topps cards, 1978 brought us the final set from the first movie, the Orange Series 5 set, with 66 cards and 11 stickers. The new thing for this set is that it brings us snapshots from behind the scenes, which fans loved. They also have an orange border on the sticker set. Then in 1980 was the release of the Star Wars sequel movie with The Empire Strikes Back, and Topps would release 3 more sets for the new movie and a new design of the cards and stickers. But this time the number of cards in each set would increase, and so would the price at 25 cents a pack now, starting with Series 1 with 132 cards and 33 stickers, with the introduction of star file cards that profiled main characters on a red inset border. 100 cards recap the film. Ralph McQuarrie's art is spotlighted on 13 cards, and in this set, there are no puzzle backs on the main cards, just text. The first 22 stickers are different and feature die-cut letters that kids could use to spell out whatever they wanted. The final 11 stickers feature characters, and all of the stickers have a puzzle piece on the back. Then Series 2 with 132 cards and 33 stickers. These have the blue inset border, with 10 StarCraft cards that looked at the ships, 12 behind-the-scenes cards, and 2 checklists. The backs have a yellow outer border, and the story and character card have trivia on the back. And the stickers now have a blue border and are labeled either Empire Forces or Rebel Forces. Then Series 3 gets a little bit smaller with 88 cards and 22 stickers, but it has an array of different card styles that make looking at these one of the highlights of going through the set. The set starts with title cards, then moves into subsets of 16 character cards. The character cards are drawings against a solid background. Both the story and character cards feature movie quotes on the back. And this series includes Space Paintings by Ralph McQuarrie. The stickers now have a green border, and the backs can be used to make two puzzle pieces. One is the Falcon and one is Yoda. In 1983, Return of the Jedi was released, marking the end of the trilogy, and Topps would release a 2-series set. The back of the cards feature a description with a full-body drawing of the main characters, with the stickers coming in either a red, yellow, blue, or green border. And each individual sticker would come in 2 colors, making a master set not 33, but 66 to complete the sticker set, if you're a completionist. The first set would be the Red Series 1. This is the first set that I collected as a kid, so it's near and dear to my heart. And it's the first set I collected in full. It consists of 132 cards and 33 stickers. Then the final set, the Blue Series 2 set, and the last set of cards that I completed on my run. This set was pared down and contains 88 cards and 22 stickers. The real difference is the backs and the trivia cards that still have the full body drawing. Half the stickers simply have a character inside a red-orange border, and the other half have clips from the film with a blue film strip border, with both of the sticker backs doubling as puzzle pieces. But for all of these sets, there was nothing like going into a store, laying down your hard-earned allowance money, and opening a fresh pack of Star Wars Topps cards that let you relive the movies over and over again. And if you remember these moments, that is more precious than actually owning these cards today. Millions and millions of cards were made throughout its entire run from 1977 to 1983. So finding cards or card sets isn't that hard, but finding them in gem mint condition is. And if you're familiar with card grading, a 10 is gem mint, with that population of the most sought after cards being very, very low, and also very high in price to buy. And Topps still has the license today, and is still making cards that collectors absolutely love. All of these cards are near and dear to my heart. I love collecting these and the nostalgia that they bring. And even smelling them brings back childhood memories from the early 80s, where my mom would take me to 7-Eleven and ask me, do you want a candy or a pack of cards? And most of the time, I'd pick the pack of cards. I really hope you enjoyed the history of the Star Wars Topps cards. And if you want to go over more vintage toy history with me, then click the videos on your screen now. And as always, my friends, thank you, and I will see you next time.